Imagine, a father and his daughter are trapped in a cave full of lava and a pile of dug-out chimers. There is no way to escape. There is no one to help. Then what will happen? Will they be able to escape from the hands of these evil spirits till the end? Or will they be reborn today in the night of the terrifying chimera? We are going to learn the story of this horrifying survival thriller movie today. Before starting the video, let me say a small thing. Today's movie is a slow burn type survival movie. The whole movie has been filled with a little bit of suspenseful mood. And the end of the movie was mind-bending in a way. So let's not talk too much and start the story as usual. At the beginning of the movie, we see our main character Haley. She is a professional swimmer. And today was the date of her swimming competition. During the competition, she is running for her life. But unfortunately, she is second. But Haley can't accept defeat. Her father's old stories keep ringing in her ears. Her father used to tell her as a child, "Who is Haley? Don't let them see that you are weak. Because you are an apex predator." And this one word of Haley's father changed her whole life. When the race was over, when Haley was resting, her sister Beth called. Beth knows that a dangerous hurricane of the Florida 5 category is approaching. About 10 million people have been given government instructions to leave this area. In the middle of the story, Beth knows about the real problem. Their father Dave hasn't been answering the phone since morning. Beth stays away and asks Haley to pretend that she is not looking for their father. And here we can learn a backstory of Haley's family. Their mother is currently hanging out with her new boyfriend in Paris. On the other hand, Haley's relationship with her father is not very good. They almost fight. But the father is the father. Even if there is a fight, Haley will find his father in this water. Beth keeps telling him again and again, "Are you crazy? Going out in this water means a definite death." But Haley doesn't listen to anyone. She takes her car and leaves. When Haley was driving, there was a strange news on the radio. It was said that some Florida people were trying to shoot Hurricane Joe with a gun. It seems that this is the reality of Florida. Then a guy on the road stops Haley at the police checkpost. There was an officer named Wayne on duty. Wayne tells him clearly that the road in front of him is closed. It is impossible to go in front. Because the current is now coming straight towards their city. Wayne forces Haley to turn around and go back. Haley parked the car in front of the police. But he didn't come to go back. He took another small road through the police checkpost. He starts going to his father's house in the center of the water. Haley doesn't stop even if the police screams behind her. Haley gets out of the police's way and goes to her father's apartment. But when she sees him there, she gets angry. The house is completely deserted. It's like an inner city. But Haley can see their family dog Sugar there. Haley knows that her father Sugar doesn't go anywhere alone. Haley calls her sister Beth and finds out everything. Beth tells her that her father may have gone to their old house. Haley discovers that her father's current house is very big. Only their old pictures are scattered on all four sides. It was understood that her father could not stay alone. And the memories of the old days are making him crazy. Haley and Darina take Sugar with them to their old house. It was raining and windy outside. She keeps calling her father inside the house. But she can't hear anything from the inside. Suddenly, Haley discovers that Sugar is screaming at her in the basement of the house. Haley's mind goes blank. She realizes that her father is in trouble. The basement is in a terrible state. Pipes are leaking from all four sides. Salt water has started to freeze. And there is a lot of darkness. Haley says to herself, "Why can't I go to this place every day? Then why can't I go?" Then Haley takes a torch and goes down the sewer pipe. After going down, she falls together on all four sides. She is terrified by some strange sounds. She keeps calling her father again and again. She keeps going into the darkness. Haley goes to the very top of the basement. But there is nothing there to see. Her father, Dave, is lying unconscious. His whole body was tied up. And there was a big wound on his leg. Haley runs to her father like crazy. Seeing that, her father is still alive, but in a senseless state. Haley tries to pull her father out. In that state, her father's wounds are not ordinary wounds. These are the wounds of a large-toothed animal. Haley can understand that she is not alone in this basement. A ferocious animal is watching them in the darkness. When Haley was trying to pull her father out, then she suddenly sees a huge shadow in the water. When Haley was trying to pull her father out, at that time, Dave's gang returns. But the gang finds out that Haley is a terrible truth. That terrorist says, "Haley, be careful. There is a huge snake here." Haley answers, he has already met that snake. Then the real truth is revealed. This huge snake has entered the basement through the drain pipe of the lake. Dave knows that the snake was trying to pull him out. But because it gets stuck in the middle of the pipe, he somehow survives. And no one can help this helplessness. The snake is so big that it cannot come near the pipes. And this place is their safe haven. On the other side of this cliff, we can see some bloodshed and humiliation between father and daughter. Haley hides that her father is standing. Dave makes fun of her and says, she made this look to date on the internet. Haley can understand that no one will come to save them from outside. So they have to do something for themselves. No matter what, she has to keep her phone far away, so that she can ask for help. Dave gives some tips about the Khmer. He knows that the Khmers cannot hear outside the water, but they can see everything in the dark. Taking tips from her father, Haley carefully goes to the phone with a hammer on the water with the wire of the pipe. Every turn was a purifier. On one side, the wounded Khmer is sitting on the bed. And on the other side, Haley's life is at stake. When Haley reaches her phone, the phone is not in her hand. At the same time, a terrible incident happens. Suddenly, the huge Khmer rises from the bottom of the water. Haley tries to save herself somehow. But the Khmer keeps attacking her again and again. Dave tries to warn her from a distance. But in front of the Khmer, her voice was heard like thunder. Then Haley tries to get into a narrow pipe and try to protect herself. At that time, the Khmer keeps shaking the pipes with his jaw. And seeing this, your cow's milk will definitely be spoiled. As soon as the fight starts, Haley's hand falls off the phone. And with a strong blow from the Khmer, Haley is torn and lost in the dark. At that time, Dave keeps shouting at his daughter like crazy. Even if she is stuck in the pipe, she is somehow saved. But when she comes back to her father, then she gives a shocking news. She knows that there is not only one in the basement, there are two huge Khmers roaming around. That means the problem is serious now. In this direction, a flood warning is given due to the hurricane outside. At any time, the whole area can be washed away by the waves of the lake. Haley can understand that they have very little time. At this time, they can see some people outside through the window. Haley starts screaming for help. But these people were not the police or any unnecessary gang. They were a gang of flood watchmen. In the flood, they were looting an ATM machine of a nearby petrol pump. Hearing Haley's scream, a thief named Murph comes to their house. But he didn't know that there was something terrible waiting for him in this house. Then we see a traumatic scene. When Murph was trying to steal Haley for help, suddenly a Khmer attacks him from under the water. When his friends Stan and Bone come to save him, the situation gets worse. The Khmers fall on them in the corner of the eye. Haley and Dev were watching these brutal deaths from the basement. They can understand that there is no help outside. Suddenly a death missile is fired there. Dev tells Haley that there is another access hatch to the main door of the house. That is, a small door. Hearing this, Haley carefully walks towards the foundation. But the problem is that the rainwater is now entering the basement very quickly due to the rain. Dev says carefully that the whole basement will be washed under the water in just an hour. Then Haley reaches the small door. Seeing that, the door is stuck with something heavy from above. As a result, their plan B is ruined. Now all they are waiting for is death and death. Just when they have given up all hope, Haley can see the police light at the gate of the house. It was the same officer Wayne who told Haley to go back. Wayne keeps his partner at the corner and enters the house looking for Haley. Haley and Dev keep screaming with their lives so that they do not get caught inside the house at any cost. But Wayne could not hear anything because of the sound of the rain. He is hiding in the darkness with a gun. Just when he reaches near the garage, Haley and Dev scream and try to alert Wayne. But everything is over for the rain. When Wayne goes to the basement, someone attacks him from inside the darkness. Haley tries to save Wayne by risking her life. But it is futile. In front of his eyes, the demons under the water tear Wayne to pieces. Haley can understand that their last hope is also gone. And then Haley and Dev were waiting for their last turn in the water that was flowing in all directions. Dev tries to encourage Haley with his old style. He reminds them how Haley learned to hold her breath by practicing hour after hour when she was a child. They promise that they will not give up to these little demons. The water is now touching the roof of the basement. Dev comes up with an idea. He takes the principle that the demons will look the other way by jumping into the pipe. And in the meantime, Haley will have to reach the drain pipe with the bottom of the water. Haley was a champion swimmer. And today she is going to have the biggest race of her life. According to Dev, Haley dives into the water. But the path was not easy. One day, she gets stuck in the drain pipe. Then a demon sees her. And he follows her. At that very moment, Haley uses a sharp weapon to stab the demon in the head and kills her right there. And with this, like the first time, our apex predator is able to catch a demon. Haley somehow gets out of the basement and gets up. But the problem does not end then. At that very moment, a huge stream of water comes to their house at the foot of the lake. The whole house is now about to be washed under the water. Haley somehow gets up and screams for help. Then Haley sees that her father is still stuck below. And the water was rising fast. When Haley gets up, she sees that her father, Dev, is lying down. Haley does not give up. She is stuck in her father's stomach like crazy. It seemed like everything was over to die. But right then, Dev woke up crying. Yes, Haley took her father from the face of death like the second time. Along with them, their beloved dog, Sugar, was also healthy. Haley and Dev run away from there in a car. But when they go to the garage, they see that their heads break into the sky. The huge stream of water that broke the base of the lake has crushed the whole city. The bottom of the house is now full of water. Dev can understand that the only way to survive is to stay far away. But now there are innumerable chimers on all four sides. Then Dev gives a useful tip. The chimers shout behind the words. So no sound can be made. They use the sound of the rain as a shield and carefully swim towards the ship. But the fear of the hurricane and the wind were blocking their path. Suddenly another part of the dam breaks. And they are scattered from the same top under the water. Then a huge chimer attacks Dev and tries to tear off his hand. Haley sees that her father is on fire with death. And at the same time, the apex predator inside Haley wakes up. He uses all his strength to dive into the water. He finds a flare gun. But the chimers have surrounded them from all four sides. Then Haley and Dev somehow get up on the roof of the house. Dev also admits that he did not want to sell this house. Because all their family members are gathered here. But Haley calms him down and says, "Father, the house is not our home. Where we live together, that is our home." Then Haley can see on the roof. A military helicopter is watching from a distance. Then he sends a signal to the sky with a flare gun like crazy. There is so much water on all four sides. And the chimers team is digging below. The fear of the hurricane is on his head again. When everyone was sitting at the end of the hope, just then the helicopter could see them. The house that had so much love and affection for it is almost destroyed today. But there is no water in Haley's eyes now. She holds her father's hand tightly. And this is how this extraordinary movie ends. So guys, this was our today's video. I hope you liked today's video as much as you did. If you like it, then give a thumbs up to the video. And if you want to see such a video, you can subscribe to our channel The Novelty Explainer. So see you in another video. I'll see you next time. Till then, take care, bye bye.